Welcome to the Disabled Podcast, starring your host, Christian Reitz.
Hot dog, let's go!
Welcome to the Disabled Podcast, the show that incorporates disabilities with the magic of Disney. Welcome to episode number 3, entitled Disney Transportation. Be sure to use our brand new hashtag the Disabled Podcast, when sharing this podcast to all social media platforms. Again, that's hashtag the Disabled Podcast when sharing this podcast to all social media platforms. And now, here is your host, Christian Reitz. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Disabled Podcast, episode number 3. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about how to navigate your way throughout the Walt Disney World Resort using the Disney Transportation System. Okay, so you might be asking, well, Christian, what exactly is the Disney Transportation System? Well, it's a stress-free way to travel from the various Disney resorts, theme parks, and shopping areas without having to worry about finding a parking space to park your vehicle or having to pay any various parking fees that might arise. The transportation system is really a way to eliminate the stress of getting around Walt Disney World, and it gives you the opportunity to just sit back, relax, and enjoy your magical Disney vacation. Now, when it comes to traveling around the Walt Disney World Resort, there are a few transportation systems that they do offer that you will most likely want to take advantage of during your stay. And get this, it is all 100%, kid you not, free. That's right, you heard me. It's free. It's amazing. So for the next few moments, I'm going to take you through the different transportation options that you can use while on your Disney vacation. So first up is the Disney Resort buses that do pick up and drop off every day at each individual resort. Now these buses will literally take you anywhere in the Walt Disney World Resort to include, of course, the Disney theme parks, Disney Springs shopping area, as well as the other various Disney resorts located on property. So whether you would like to visit any of the 4 theme parks, the Disney Springs shopping area, or you might have a dining reservation at another resort that you're not currently staying at during the duration of your trip, then the resort buses are definitely the way to go. Now, for people in wheelchairs, just like myself, this is a great option because they usually load up the wheelchairs first before they board everyone else. Now, here's a little bit of how that works, so please pay attention very closely. When you get to the bus stop at whether your hotel or your theme park, when you're leaving the theme park or Disney Springs, you will find a number for where you want to go within the Walt Disney World Resort. And then once in line, you will need to look for the wheelchair symbol on the ground, and it's usually located at the front of the line. So when you get there, usually to be at the front of the line, you can usually just go first, and they'll direct you where you need to go. This allows for the bus driver to see you, so he or she can get everything ready to load your wheelchair or your scooter up onto the bus. Now once the bus has arrived and has located you, the driver will then park the bus and then tilt the bus from the inside and lower the ramp for you to roll into the bus. And from there, they will have you park your chair sideways against the row of seats so that the driver can actually lock you in your chair from front to back with special hooks that help keep your chair locked into place, as well as he's going to give you a seatbelt to put across your lap. But you also want to make sure that you do lock your brakes. So that's one thing they do tell you to do. So be sure to do that. Now, once strapped in, your family and all other guests will be loaded in, and you will be on your way. The second transportation system to be aware of, though, is the water transportation system. Now, I know what you're thinking. Christian, are they going to... No, they are not going to make you swim to the Magic Kingdom, okay? It's fine. But they actually use ferry boats and water taxis, which are another relaxed form of transportation to get to the theme parks, such as the Magic Kingdom and all the other various Disney resorts on property. Now, the ferry boats and water taxis are a little bit different from the resort buses, because only certain Disney resorts have access to them, like Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, and Disney's Wilderness Lodge, just to name a few of those resorts. In case you're staying at any one of those resorts, that's an option that I would definitely recommend for you guys. And they do offer that. So for more information on the water transportation, or even on the bus transportation that I just mentioned, and for every other transportation I'm going to mention throughout this podcast, you can visit www.disneyworld.disney.go.com. Now, the third transportation option is Disney's Skyliner Transportation. Now, this one to me is one of the cooler transportation systems that Disney has to offer, and I think it's really one of the coolest. I mean, come on. Who's never dreamed of flying before? I mean, like, I think we all have at some point dreamed of flying. And, yeah, so this is a really cool option. Like I said, it's one of Disney's newest transportation options, and it's quickly become a fan favorite to get to a Disney theme park. Here's how you access the Skyliner Transportation. You can go to either Disney's Art of Animation Resort, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Disney's Pop Century Resort, or Disney's Riviera Resort. Now, the Disney Skyliner Station at the International Gateway at Epcot is located just a stroll away from Disney's Boardwalk Entertainment District, Disney's Yacht Club Resort, Disney's Beach Club Resort, and Disney's Boardwalk Inn. And I will tell you that this transportation system only goes to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So if you want to bounce back and forth between those two theme parks, that's definitely the way to go. And now for the final transportation system, that is one of everybody's favorites, and it's really convenient. It's actually one that's really popular, is the monorail. Now, the monorail has 3 separate beams that travel throughout the Walt Disney World Resort, and they actually make the following stops at certain places, like the Magic Kingdom theme park, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, and the Disney Ticket and Transportation Center, just to name a few of those places. Now, again, for all information on all the things I just talked about, all the transportation systems, and for any more information upon resorts and all of that stuff, you can go to www.disneyworld.go.com. Well, that's all the time I have for episode number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes as I throw them out there. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see ya
Real soon.